Welcome, everybody, to Lesson 12. In this lesson, we'll be learning how to work with Git reflog, merge, and rebase. Very hard topics to understand. Imagine there is no AI. What would you do? And this is exactly what we'll be trying to understand. How to work with this without AI. Okay, I will first make myself smaller. And now let's get right into this. So you can have a look at the plan for today's lesson one more time. First, we'll launch my instance on AWS and SSH into it with Visual Studio Code. And now let's have a look at all the commands that will be used today. So let's go to my AWS account where I have a virtual machine. The operating system there is Ubuntu. Please, if you haven't watched Lesson 11, I strongly recommend that you do this. EC2. Because today we continue working with what we started in Lesson 12. Let's start our instance. First we need to, refresh. And let's copy the public IP address. Now let's SSH into this machine, connect to host, add new SSH host, and here type SSH Ubuntu connect Linux. And we are connected. We have just SSH'd into our virtual machine. Open folder, Git lesson. This is the folder in which we worked in lesson 11. First, let's have a look at what we have here. Git branch A. Right now, as you can see, I am on my alternative branch. Let's see the commits here. One line. And we have all these commits here. We can copy them. Control-C to copy. And let's put them here. Commits of alternative. And now let's switch to the other branch, main. Let's close this one. Git checkout. And now git log, one line. And let's copy all the commits and their IDs and put them here as well, because we need to compare. We need this to compare commits of main. Let's have a look at our tree. Git log, one line, graph, all. As you can see, here we have the first two commits on both branches are the same. And after that, things get different. They diverge, right? So these are the commits of the alternative branch, and these are the commits of the main branch. So first, before we start working with merge in Rebase, we need to understand how to work with reflog. What is reflog? For example, now that we are on main, yeah, now, oh, I just created a new branch. I need to delete it 1 minute. Okay. Okay, now that we are on our main branch, we need to, let's create one more file, 5.txt. And let's type something here. Entry, that's enough. And now if we type git status, you will see that it's red here. By the way, if we haven't staged any changes yet, if we haven't committed them yet, right? So we can run this command, git clean n, and it will show what can be removed. Imagine you did something wrong and you don't want to commit these changes, right? You just need to run this command and it will show what can be deleted. So after the last commit, right? So this git clean, and now it will remove this file. Yes, and now we can create this file one more time. I just showed to you that it's possible that we can do such things here. So git Dutch. Yeah, let's create this file one more time. 5.txt, and let's type something here again. Just something entry, Control S to save, and git add and git commit m, and it will create 5.txt, right? So, and now that we have created this file and we staged everything and then we added one more commit, we can type this command, git reflog, and it shows what we have done. It shows the history of all our actions. See commit create 5.txt, the history of all our commits, and not just commits. If we check out from one branch to another, yeah, like if we move from one branch to another. And as you can see, let's we have these like numbers here in figure brackets. If I want to remove this commit from history, if I don't want to have this, so you just saw what we can do if we haven't added any commits yet. If we just made changes to the file, but we didn't commit it to history, so yeah, so to speak, we can run the command git clean -n to see what can be deleted, and then we type git clean -f to delete everything, and everything after the last commit will be deleted. But now let's delete this commit. How do we delete this commit? As you can see, one more time. Yeah, we have numbers here. And for this, we need to copy head. And what do we do now? We type git reset hard and insert this. And this one will be deleted. Everything that I did after this will be deleted. So commit create 5txt will be erased from history. As you can see, 5txt has been deleted. And now you are beginning to understand what reflog is, right? And how to work with it. We can also use the idea of this commit instead of this one. No difference. And now let's have a look at our tree one more time, at our branches. Git log one line graph all. What is merge? There is a practice, yeah. The common practice is to merge our other branches, right, into our main branch. And if we rebase, we do the opposite. We rebase our main into our feature branch, right? So let's type this command, git merge. First, let's make sure that I am on main branch. Git branch, yes, I'm on my main branch. And now let's type git branch merge alternative and Control X. Yeah, and now as you can see, we have put them together. All our files, all our commits are now in one branch. And now if I type git log one line graph all, this is what you see. It was like this. So these are the commits of our main, and these are the commits of our alternative branches. And the first two commits are the same. But now the situation has changed. Now we have one more commit on our main branch. Yeah, and these are the commits of our main, and these are the commits of our alternative branch. Yes, and now if I switch to my alternative, yeah, git check out all alternative, git log. As you can see here, I still have these 4 files. And let's compare. As you can see, nothing changed on this branch. Nothing changed at all. But on our main, I have this. So basically what happened, we combined all of these commits. We put them together. So this is my first commit. This is my last commit on my main branch. And on top of this, we have the two commits after the first two ones because we have the same two commits on both branches. So then we have two commits on our main branch, and then we have two commits of our alternative branch. And we have one more commit, which is merge, right? But for example, let's say I don't want to have this merge. I want to undo this. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. And now I regret doing this. This is the beauty of Git. We can always undo whatever we did before. Git reflog. And let's have a look. It's very interesting. Right now, 0 is where we are. It's our latest action, moving from alternative to main. And then check out moving from main to alternative, and this is what we did. And then, as you can see, head to, and when we merge, we have a separate commit for this. The ID of this commit is this. So if we want to undo this merge, all we have to do is to return here to the state before this merge took place. And we can copy this ID, or we can copy this one, head, add, and in figure brackets 3. And let's press Q. Git reset hard. And as you can see, I returned to the time when we didn't have this merge yet, right? Let's check. First, let's make sure that we are on branch, on our main branch. Yes, and git log one line. Yes, we are here, and as you can see, we have 4 commits just like before. And if we go to our alternative branch, yeah, we have this. Nothing changed, so we returned to the previous state of things. So you saw with your own eyes what merge is. I could have said thousands of words on this, millions of words, but I hate theory. I like practice, because instead of hearing this millions of times, it's isn't it better to just have a look at it and to understand, to see everything with your own eyes? And now, what is rebase? What is rebase? Based on the standard practice, like I said, we need to merge into our main, right, branch. But if we rebase, we need to do the opposite. We need to rebase our main branch into our other branches. In our particular case, we have 2 branches, main and alternative. So for this, we need to switch to alternative. Let's see what we have here. Yes. And now we type this, git rebase main. Successfully rebased and updated. As you can see, in terms of files, yeah, nothing happened. We have the same files here. Yeah, but right now they are on our alternative branch. They were on our main branch, and now they are on the alternative branch. And now let's look at the commits. Git log. First, let's have a look at our tree. One line, graph, all. As you can see, now it's different. When we merged, it was like this. See? And before we merged, it was like this. So when it was merged, it was like the first two commits are the same, then the commits 3 and 4 are the commits of our main branch, and then the commits of our alternative branch. And we had a separate commit for merge, right? And now let's compare it with how things are right now. So the first two commits are the same, and then is our main. Yeah, for now, no changes. But then things get different. As you can see, we don't have a separate commit for our merge, like it was, yeah, for our rebase, sorry, as it was with merge. And now they have different IDs. My first commit and my second commit on my alternative branch have different IDs. So C130, and here it was 98, yeah, 75. See? But now they received different IDs. And this is how they are different. And now if we switch to our main branch, as you can see, nothing changed here on our main branch. Git log. One line. Nothing changed at all in terms of files or commits. Yes, and now in order to undo this rebase, we need to, it's very, very important, we need to return to our alternative branch. Because if we don't return to our alternative branch, and we undo this on merge, on our main branch, then the commits will be the same on both branches. Yeah, it will undo their rebase, yeah? But it will be like the IDs will be the same. So one more time, let's check out. Let's check the branch we're currently on. Main. Git checkout alternative, and now git. Yes, now we are here. Git reflog. Git reflog. And what do we have here? How can we undo this? So head is where we are, 0. Moving from main to alternative, yeah, it shows all our actions. Before that, we moved from alternative to main. And here rebase finish, and here rebase pick my second commit, and here it picked my first commit, and this is where rebase started. So to erase everything from here onwards, from here onwards, we need to return here and reset everything starting from here. We can use the ID of this commit, or we can use this one, head add 6. Let's copy it, Control C. Let's press Q to quit. And now git reset card. I made a mistake, sorry. I need to add one more bracket here. And now let's hope that it will work. As you can see, we have returned to the previous state of things. And now if we type git log one line graph all, see, we have two branches as before. We had two branches even after merge in Rebase, but we like merged and rebased them, yeah, into one branch. And this is what merge and rebase are. So today we have learned how to work with reflog to see the history of our actions, merge and rebase. Our next lessons will be very, very useful, helpful, edifying. Because imagine one more time, there is no AI. What would you do? AI is absolutely perfect at solving everything. But just in case, right? Imagine there is something wrong with it. Thank you all for watching and doing everything together with me. See you in lesson 13. Bye.